Keep listening to English every single day helps improve your understanding and speaking naturally. It trains your ears to recognize words, sounds, and phrases. Daily practice builds confidence, vocabulary, and fluency. Stay patient and consistent. The more you listen, the more confident you'll become in speaking and understanding English fluently. I am still through my process. Life doesn't always give us clear signs. Sometimes we move forward with certainty, but other times we feel like we're stuck in one place, quietly growing. We may not have achieved all our dreams yet. We may not have fully healed. We may not have become who we want to be. But we are still through the process, and that matters more than perfection. That matters more than having it all figured out. When I say, I am still through my process, I mean I am still walking, even if I'm slow. I am still trying, even when it's hard. I am still learning, unlearning, growing, changing, healing. The process is not something I have completed, it is something I am still living in. There's a lot of pressure in today's world to arrive. We're expected to have answers, to have a plan, to have visible success. Social media shows us highlight reels of people who seem to have their lives together. But most of the time, we don't see their process. We don't see their tears, their setbacks, their doubts. We only see the polished version, and so we forget that it's okay to still be in process. There was a time when I thought I had to rush my healing. I believed I should already be over certain things. I thought strength meant hiding pain and success meant always being productive. But life taught me otherwise. It taught me that healing isn't linear. Growth isn't instant. And real transformation comes not from pretending we're okay, but from being honest about the fact that we're getting there one step at a time. I've learned that being in the process means being human. We all carry stories. Some of them are joyful, and others are painful. We all have things we're working through, insecurities, losses, hopes, dreams, fears. Some days we feel light, other days heavy. Some days we're filled with clarity, other days with confusion. But in every single day, we are still through our process. Sometimes progress looks like big leaps. Other times, it's just getting out of bed. It's choosing not to give up. It's letting ourselves rest. It's allowing space for emotions. It's setting one small boundary. It's saying no when we used to say yes. It's forgiving ourselves. It's being patient with who we are becoming. I am not perfect. I still overthink. I still carry self-doubt. I still compare myself to others. I still have moments where I feel lost. But I also have moments of peace, laughter, hope, and clarity. And these moments remind me that the process is working, even if I don't always see the results right away. I've stopped expecting myself to bloom all at once. Flowers don't do that. Trees don't rush their seasons. Even the moon has phases. Why should I be any different? When I am tired, I remind myself that rest is part of the process. When I feel behind, I remind myself that there is no fixed timeline. When I feel unseen, I remind myself that my value doesn't disappear just because someone else doesn't notice it. I am still through my process. This mindset has changed how I treat myself. I used to be my harshest critic. Now I am learning to be a kinder inner voice. I am learning to celebrate my small wins, to recognize how far I've come, even if I'm not where I want to be yet. I am learning that I can be a work in progress and still be proud of myself. The truth is, there's beauty in the process. It's where our character is shaped. It's where our wisdom grows. It's where we learn how to love, how to forgive, how to stand up again after falling. The process teaches us patience, compassion, resilience. It gives us depth and strength. The struggles we face now may later become stories that inspire others. The lessons we learn in the dark may help someone else find their light. I am not ashamed to be still through my process. I don't have all the answers. I don't always know what tomorrow will bring. But I trust that as long as I keep showing up, as long as I keep taking small steps, as long as I remain honest with myself, I will continue to grow into the person I'm meant to be. There is a quiet power in being present with our process. Instead of running from it, we can learn to sit with it. We can stop waiting for someday and start appreciating the now. Even if the now is messy, even if the now is uncertain. Because even in the uncertainty, something good is being built. Maybe I haven't reached the peak of my journey, but maybe the valley is where I'm learning how to climb. Maybe the waiting season is preparing me for something greater. Maybe the process is not punishment, it's preparation. So I remind myself gently, I am still through my process. I don't have to rush. I don't have to compare. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to keep moving forward with honesty, with hope, and with heart. And to anyone else reading this who feels like they're still in the middle of their journey, know that you are not alone. It's okay to be where you are. Your process is valid. Your feelings are valid. Your pace is enough. You are growing, even when it doesn't feel like it. You are healing, even if no one else sees it. You are becoming, even if you're not sure what the outcome will be yet. The process may be quiet. It may be slow. It may be difficult. But it is not wasted. It is making something strong and beautiful out of you. So breathe. Trust it. Be patient. Keep going. Because one day you will look back and realize that every step, every setback, every tear, every breakthrough was part of your becoming. And you will be grateful you didn't give up in the middle. Yes, I am still through my process, and that is more than enough. It's easy to say trust the process when life feels good. When things are going smoothly, it's natural to feel grateful, hopeful, and confident. But real strength comes from continuing to trust when nothing is clear. Real courage is choosing to keep going, even when the road ahead looks uncertain or when the results don't match the effort you've given. And still, I am here. Still walking, still learning, still healing. I am still through my process. There have been moments I've wanted to quit. Not because I don't care, but because I care too much and can't always control the outcome. There have been days when everything felt too heavy, my thoughts, my worries, my fears. But even then, I kept showing up. Even then, I whispered to myself, you are allowed to be in progress. No one tells you how lonely the process can feel. There are seasons when people drift away, not because you've done something wrong, but because life shifts. There are phases when you feel misunderstood, when your growth feels invisible. But that doesn't mean the process isn't real. It doesn't mean you aren't evolving. In fact, growth often happens in silence. Not in grand announcements or visible changes, but in the way you think differently. In the way you respond with more patience. In the way you choose peace instead of drama. In the way you finally forgive someone, not for them, but to set yourself free. I've come to understand that the process isn't just about reaching a goal. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. Sometimes that requires letting go of old beliefs, unlearning habits that no longer serve you, or stepping into uncomfortable spaces that challenge your comfort zone. That's hard, but it's worth it. I used to think my process was only valid if it was productive. If it came with visible proof like a new job, a certificate, a success story. But now I know better. My process is also valid when I'm resting, when I'm recovering, when I'm trying to make sense of things I don't yet understand. Even when I'm not producing anything at all, I am still growing inside. There's a beauty in becoming someone who doesn't give up on themselves. Someone who learns how to sit with discomfort without running. Someone who embraces the in-between seasons, the ones that aren't quite beginnings or endings but something softer in the middle. These seasons are powerful because they shape our inner world. Maybe you, like me, are going through one of those middle seasons right now. Maybe you're holding on to hope, even when you can't see the results. Maybe you're choosing to believe in your journey, even when you're not sure where it's leading. And if you are, please know that is something to be proud of. We often underestimate what it takes to keep going. To face each day with grace, even when things aren't going our way. To get out of bed when we'd rather stay buried under the weight of everything we're feeling. To show kindness to others while we're still learning to be kind to ourselves. These acts may seem small, but they're signs of incredible strength. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is to give myself permission to be unfinished. I don't have to know all the answers. I don't have to be perfect. I don't need to prove my worth by being constantly busy. I can just be, honestly, authentically, gently myself. In all my messiness, in all my becoming, in all my stillness. I've also learned that some parts of my process are sacred and private. Not everything needs to be shared or explained. Some healing happens in quiet corners. Some growth takes place away from the spotlight. It's okay to hold your journey close, to protect your peace, to bloom in silence. The process doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels like falling apart. But maybe falling apart is how the old pieces make room for the new ones. Maybe that's how we shed the versions of ourselves that no longer serve us. Maybe that's how we grow wings, through the unraveling. It takes courage to live life in process, to keep going when the road is long, to still believe in your dreams, even after disappointment, to hold on to faith, even when it wavers. It takes bravery to trust yourself. And that's what I remind myself every day. I am still through my process, and that is a quiet kind of bravery. I no longer chase perfection. I chase honesty. I chase peace. I chase meaning. I chase alignment between my values and my actions. And that has made all the difference. There are days I feel like I've made no progress at all, like I'm stuck in the same patterns. But then I realize, the way I talk to myself is softer now. The way I handle pain is wiser. The way I care for others is deeper. That is progress. That is growth. You don't have to be a finished masterpiece to be worthy of love. You don't need to have all your life figured out to deserve rest, joy, or support. You don't have to earn your existence. You simply have to honor it. So I breathe. I slow down. I listen to my heart. I allow myself to be. And I continue, step by step, through my process. If you're in your own process right now, please be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself with compassion. You are doing the best you can with what you know. And that is enough. Celebrate your quiet victories. The moments when you didn't give up. The times when you chose love over fear. The days you listened to your needs. The nights you cried, then chose to try again in the morning. All of it matters. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be to learn what you need to learn. Trust that. So let this be a reminder to you and to me. We are still through our process. And that is a beautiful, sacred place to be. We are becoming. We are evolving. We are healing. One breath at a time. One step at a time. We are still through our process, and that means everything.